Relying on SNAP are not the only ones following this. Grocery stores could also be impacted if those benefits are suspended. Our Brendan Kirby has this part of the story. And Brendan, a lot of focus has been on families in need.
Yeah, it has, Cameron, and for understandable reasons. Food banks and charities are ramping up to help those families. Grocery stores could lose revenue that they'll never get back, and that could have a larger ripple effect on the economy, especially in low-income neighborhoods. Food stamp recipients don't just buy food at large supermarkets. They also patronize small convenience stores like Hop In on Dolphin Island Parkway. Pranay Arora has owned the store for only 3 months, although he says the political dispute threatening the program isn't exactly a surprise.
I expected this to happen. Honestly, I wish it happened sooner so we'd already be adapted towards it, but with it happening right now, we can't do much except just fight through it, you know?
The U.S. Department of Agriculture says 491 stores in Mobile County accept SNAP benefits. The Alabama Grocers Association says every SNAP dollar generates about $1.50 in local economic activity. It says the program supports more than 7,800 grocery store jobs and $350 million in wages statewide. Arora estimates about a quarter of his revenue comes from SNAP spending.
So when that cutting down, you know, it's tough for all business owners to come back and, you know, make the same profits and revenue we do as we would with the SNAP benefits, which, you know, just brings business down.
Farther south on the DIP, Food Champs grocery store manager Alice Moore says SNAP accounts for about 20% of the revenue. She says there's actually been a short-term surge with beneficiaries fearing they were in a use-it-or-lose-it situation. She says the store is planning a campaign for next month to help food stamp recipients if federal funds get frozen.
We've seen a lot of people spending all their food stamp money, and we want them to know food stamps is behind the community, and we're going to try to help with this government impact.
Over at Hop In, Arora says he supports tighter enforcement to prevent misuse of food stamps, but he acknowledges that likely would impact sales of items that aren't covered by the program, like beer, because people trade their benefits for cash.
Less cash in the market, the whole cycle's down right now. You know, everyone's struggling, no one has money to eat. People come in here all the time asking for free food, free snacks, and you know, at the end of the day, I can't do nothing about it.
I talked to several other food store owners and managers who say that the impact could be tremendous, especially in rural areas. One owner who has 2 grocery markets and a share of 6 others tells me about 40% of the revenue at one of his stores comes from SNAP. The other thing, even if the government does freeze SNAP spending, it won't affect any funds already on your card. Reporting live in the center, Brendan Kirby, Fox 10 News.